Hi everyone, this is the second video on arrays in C++ for the Baylor Tutoring Department's Computer Science video set. In this video, we'll look at a real program in C++ that uses file reading operations to retrieve soccer scores for a team in the MLS from a file, stores those scores in an array, then loops through the array to find the game with the minimum score. This program will be a culmination of the concepts we have learned so far in the chapter. First, let's take a look at the file we'll be reading from. So this file is called scores.txt. It's simply a file with 34 lines for each game played in an MLS season, each with the score that the team got at the game. You can see on the fifth line we have a score of 0, and that seems to be the lowest score of all the games in the season. So let's first run the program. It asks enter the name of the file, so we'll say scores.txt, and it says the worst score was in game 5 with a score of 0. So let's walk through the program and see what's going on. So first, we initialize our variables, our input stream, our scores file name, and our constant for the number of games. We'll retrieve the name of the file from the user, and then we will open the file with our input stream using the open function, and we need to convert our scores file name to a C-style string for this open function using the .cstr function on the string. Make sure to check that your file opened correctly using the isOpen function, and then give an error message if it did not. And then we will create or instantiate an array of 34 integers. That's the num games here. And we'll start preparing to iterate through the file, or read one item at a time from the file. So scores read equals 0, the current score that we just read, and we'll make a loop here that says while scores read is less than 34, so while we haven't read 34 scores yet, and while we can find an item from the file. So this reads one token from the file and puts it in current score. Then we'll store the current score in the current index of the array, and we'll increment the index in the array, which is also the amount of scores we've read so far. Once we've read 34, this will evaluate to false, and we'll exit out of the while loop. Always make sure to close your input file stream as a good programming practice. Then we'll move on to the second portion of this program, which is to find the minimum score. So now we have all the scores in an array, and let's use a for loop. If you remember from the loop video, for loops are great for iterating over a range of data. And we'll start at the 0th index, go to the size of the array, or one less than the size of the array, and increment after each stage, after each execution of an iteration. So if this is the first iteration, we'll set the minimum score to the first score in the array, and the game that the min score happened on was the first game. And then on any other iteration of this loop, we'll check, is the score that we're on less than the current minimum score? If so, set the minimum score to this new minimum score, and set the game that the minimum score occurred on to the current game that we are reading. Finally, once that's iterated through all 34 scores and found the minimum score, this will print the worst score in the game, the worst game with the worst score. So I hope this video was helpful. It kind of accumulated all of the topics that we spoke about in the last few videos. Stay tuned for more computer science tutoring videos on this YouTube channel. I hope you found this video really helpful. The concepts and information presented in these videos will be true no matter which computer science course you are taking. However, the concepts presented in this video are referencing material currently covered in Baylor University's coursework. Remember, if you are a currently enrolled Baylor student, we offer free tutoring services. Our tutoring center is located on the first floor of the Sid Richardson building. You'll find all the details you need about these services on our website, www.baylor.edu/tutoring. You may schedule a free 30-minute one-on-one tutoring session online or just drop in during any of our business hours. For more information about our current services, please visit our website. Thanks.